Hi, Michael with F&M Dickey Lawn Service. We're out at our place today here at Magness, and I'm going to show you what we're doing. We're out here today. As you see, I got some straw hay in the back of my truck. I got a fern there that somebody threw out that was dead, and in them bags is compost, and in this is old coffee. Old coffee is good for blueberries because coffee grounds and coffee will help to make the soil acidic. We do a lot of composting out here. This is our hot box. As you can tell, our hot box is full right now. We got leaves on top. Over beside it is our open container compost, which we can top it off a little bit. And we've also got an area on the other side of the place. Over in that area, we'll take you over there in a minute. You probably can't see from this distance where them pumpkins is on the ground. Them pumpkins is in that area that we just pile. We do a pile compost. Here beside me, as you tell, I've got a bunch of straw hay that we put out on the ground. We'll be topping that container off, and we'll be moving the rest of it to the pile compost here in just a bit. We'll show you when we move over the pile compost. But we do a lot of composting out here because of the fact that we got a fruit and nut orchard out here. This is pretty much where we come to with all of the yard waste. We do our composting out here. We do our wood chipping out here, and we also pile up cut wood to sell as campfire wood. We sold a bunch of campfire wood over the summer, and we got a man that said he's going to need another load of campfire wood, and sometime this year, and we're just getting him another load ready. But like I said, today we're out here because we fixed to clean out the back end of the truck, the compost out of the back end of the truck, and we're going to move that compost. And like I say, when we move that to the other side of the place, we'll show you what the pile compost looks like. It's a pretty good size area. Alright, so as you can tell, we now have our big bin topped off again. So we're going to work on moving this pile plus what's in the back end of the truck to the piled compost. And when we get some of it over there in the wheelbarrow, we'll let you see what that area looks like. Okay, we are here on the other side of the place now. This is the area that is our piled compost. I don't know if you can tell, but it don't look too big, but that's because it's breaking down pretty good, and also because this piled compost was just started this year. But there's some of it there and there. Moved a whole lot of grass from yards that we raked out over here this year. We've got loads of leaves in here. We still got more loads of leaves to come over here. And as you can tell, we got table scraps, pumpkins, and gourds that was gave to us after Halloween because the people no longer wanted them. And you know, as long as it's in reasonable distance, we take that off their hands for free, along with hay bales that they no longer want. That's where the pile of hay up by the other bin come from. But this area was a low area that stayed wet most of the year, and that's why we chose to do a piled compost in this area. Besides for compost being in this area, I don't know if you can tell what that is, but that is turnips that we planted. We're hoping that works out. We're hoping. But we'll finish moving all that straw hay over here and let you get another look here in just a bit. We ain't done yet. You can see we got some of it moved, but we ain't done yet. We got a lot more to move. Another thing I was going to show you while I had it on my mind, we mentioned we do a lot of wood chipping out here. Now, most of the brush and limbs that we had piled up out here we done chipped up, but if you would look right there, that's what's left for us to chip up out here. And when we chip up the wood chippings, all of it gets scattered throughout this compost pile. Wood chippings is really good to mix in with your compost. You can mix table scraps, leaves, vegetables, vegetables and fruits, leaves, grass clippings, old hay. Whenever people throw out potted plants that has died, we pick them up, we bring them out here. You can mix a lot of things into your compost pile to make good compost. As I mentioned a while ago, we're going to keep moving all this old hay and let you see what we're looking like after we're done. Some of you might be wondering what we do with gumballs. Well, the gumballs really won't chip up in our wood chippers. So basically what we do, we find a place to pile them and let them break down by nature. This here batch is pretty much right here on the edge of our creek bank. We do have a pile of them on the other side of that piled compost that I showed you a while ago. It's on the other side out of compost pile itself, breaking down. We're going to keep moving stuff, and as I said before, we'll show you what everything looks like after we're done. Some of you may be wondering, well, what do you do with all the old hay bale twine? Well, whether you're doing the composting just to help your customers out on their flower beds and stuff in their yards, or you're doing composting for your own benefit, for gardening and stuff, if you're gardening and you're growing tomatoes, whenever you put the stakes up, them hay bale twines you will find is really, really good for in the garden. If you're growing peas that climb, it'll give your climbing peas something to climb. The hay bale twine is a good thing to keep up with. And that's what we're doing with the hay bale twine, is keeping up with it to stake up tomatoes and any kind of climbing plant that we put in the ground. that twine gives something for the plant to climb. Okay, so as you can tell, we now have the last load of hay on the wheelbarrow to move to the compost pile. I will point out, as I said before, we topped off our open container bin, but in the process we also topped off our hot bin. So we are now going to move this last wheelbarrow load to the compost pile, and show you what everything looks like over there now. So as I said before, we have now got our last load of hay moved over here to the pile compost, the compost pile, and well, you see what it looks like right now, but whenever it composts down, it won't look like so much of a pile. It'll be pretty much level with everything else. As I said before, you know, there's a lot of benefits in composting. On this kind of pile, the benefit is it helps to build up your ground. But I mean, you can still use this compost from this pile at other places also. But we have now showed you 3 different methods of composting we utilize out here. We got the hot bin, we got the open container bin, and we've got the regular pile compost, the regular compost pile. I'm Michael with F&M Dickey Lawn Service, and we hope that this may help you out a little bit, gave you a little bit of knowledge. We thank you for joining with us. If this is your first time watching us, we will ask that you can follow F&M Dickey Lawn Service on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Follow us, like us, share us. Thank you very much for your time, and until next time, we'll see you again.